Hey, what's up, guys? So you might notice this is not usually the type of helicopter I fly. It's because this ain't me. This was sent to me by my friend. He has the same mount on the helmet, and he wears boots and jeans, as you also might have noticed. So this is a 500. I don't know which make or model. I've seen this video quickly through, so I'm just going to do a commentary on what I think is happening, and I noticed I don't know a lot about this stuff. My experience with Powerlines is very limited, both in building and maintaining. Looks like the reverse run up there. Look at the cyclic shakes. I'm guessing there's no hydraulics on this, just a trim. This platform is really far out. So, yeah, you can see the CG is pretty far over to the left. That's awesome. So they're moving just up the road here. He's got the earthing wire or ground wire in his hand. Just in Norway, we wouldn't be able to do this with single engine helicopters in this in areas that are this congested. Super cool helicopters. I really wish, because one of my dreams was to fly this helicopter, but it looks like that ain't happening. They're basically not in service, basically, as far as I know, in all of Norway. There's one maybe, but it's only for, I don't know. So, earth on. You can see it's super steady. Super steady hovering here. Really small margins as well between the helicopter and the ignition or worker. I don't know what they call those guys. I assume that is a ground as well. It's putting on that traverse or that pull coming out. So the disc is definitely overlapping the tower here. Really steady work. I guess you can't do this in too much wind either because of the, well, obvious reasons. You don't want to get picked up or lowered down by like a meter. That's going to be really putting some don't know the word for this thing, but basically that part he has in his right hand now is like a jack or like a ratchet thing that you can just pull that hand or turn that handle and it tightens the chain. I'm getting real technical with it. So basically, yeah, he's going to suspend that wire. And also I assume that this top wire is only the ground wire. It's not actually an electric or a phase or whatever you call it. As you can see, the isolator cup, the one, the white thing that looks like it's broken, whereas on the right side it's complete. If you see on the lower lines, there's way more of those. So I assume that this top one is the ground wire. God damn, so steady. This to me is super cool footage. It takes the tension out of the line there so he can detach it. So it's not only hanging from that chain that he hung up. Notice how he moves the helicopter just like very small amounts of distance just to get the optimal, what do you call it, like optimal work position for the worker. Like now he's kind of high because he needs to lean over. That's so cool. Looks like this isolator cup is broken. Whack it. free. Now you can see how that chain contraption works. I was surprised these bolts come down so easily. Unless they were pre-loosened. Whatever. So I can't really see behind his helmet, but he's putting on that new isolator cup, that fresh one. I think there's like a locking wire, that might be it. I assumed they wouldn't use locking wires. Like normally when you build power lines, I don't know what it's like with this, because this looks completely different than what we have. They have this sharp instrument that they bang on the threads just above the super tightened bolt so that the bolt cannot untie. So no, it doesn't look like there's a locking wire in there. It looks like I can see the hole through the bolt, but I might be wrong. It's kind of hard to see. So the tension is out of the chain thingy. That is what it's now called. Ooh, look at that. The earthing or the ground is getting stretched pretty thin there. And I wonder what happens if that falls off. Well, I guess nothing would happen because it would be the same as when they just came in. It wasn't attached, and then it just moved it right now. So okay, so you can just attach it. And with emergencies and stuff in this position or in this, you're quite vulnerable. I don't know what altitude you are in, but or he's in. And I mean like above sea level, like how much performance. I guess it's not too power intensive. Which like if the wind is from the right here, because I mean the power line is not going to change its direction, so you can't really do this any other way. I assume you have to be seated on the left hand side of the helicopter. There's a PIC in this helicopter, and then yeah, I think that has to be on the right. On the left. I bet that's the preferred way even. To have the pilot and operator on the, or technician on the left hand side. You can see how much that does, just little movements. How much that does for his working position, the guy on the skids. Moving it up and down 30 centimeters makes a big difference, it looks like. And I guess you also want to be close, because you don't want to have him leaning out and causing the CG even further out. I don't know this, but I would assume you would need some counterweights maybe on the right hand side. In this helicopter, if I'm not completely mistaken, it's also counterclockwise turning, so you're going to be right skid, or sorry, left skid low in a hover with the pilot on the left and this dude hanging out the side with the platform on the left. I might be wrong, I gotta check. I should ask some questions before I made this commentary, because I don't know what I'm looking at. But It's super cool, I know that. It was always a dream of mine to fly these helicopters, but it just never came to be. Cool little device that. Tension's out. Wonder how close like trees and stuff can be to these power lines, or they just like clear it like 30 feet on either side, or like when they go through forests. So that would be a pain in the ass to be super close to trees on this angle, having to be that low. I don't know for sure, but I assume that that grounding wire that's on there, that looks like a jumper cable with just like a piece of wire clamped on there. So in case of an emergency, you can just pull out and not deal with the consequences of that. No. Did I say that already? But I thought it, at least with the cyclic. It looks like it's not hydraulic. Just because of how much it moves, like micro movements. He's adjusting that trim all the time, so it might be like in the 300. So cool. Drop. Alright, so mission accomplished. Now they only have 344 more to go, and they can call it a day. Alright guys, so really enjoyed this one. I hope you did too. Hopefully you get some more footage from this guy, because this is awesome. Well yeah, see you guys in the next one.